The camera pans over the Mississippi River just before dawn. Heavy fog rolls in, swallowing the city's historic French Quarter in a ghostly mist. Somewhere beneath that veil, sirens cut through the silence, a shrill, desperate wail that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. It's Monday, 5:17 a.m., in the heart of New Orleans. Most of the city still sleeps, but at the Orleans Parish Prison, chaos has just erupted. Guards are running. Flashlights flicker wildly across concrete walls. From a lone, battered payphone near the main entrance, a panicked voice shouts, "We have a breach. Repeat, we have a breach." A seasoned journalist voice overlays the scene. When I first heard about the prison break, I thought it was just another rumor. But as the hours ticked by and the city's heartbeat changed, I realized this wasn't just a breakout. It was a reckoning. But what really happened that morning? And who are the people behind the headlines? The guards, the inmates, the investigators, and the families whose lives would never be the same. Stay with us. This is not just a story about a prison break. It's about corruption, loyalty, betrayal, and a city pushed to the brink. If you love true crime stories that dig deeper and make you question everything you thought you knew, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share this with someone who loves a wild mystery. This is a prison break that shook New Orleans. Here's what we found. But before we proceed, let's introduce the main characters of this chilling story. 1. Darius D. Money Watkins, the mastermind. He's 33 years old, with a scar that runs from his left eyebrow to cheekbone, a mark from battles long past. Darius D. Money Watkins isn't just another inmate. He's a rumored shot caller for one of the Gulf Coast's most dangerous syndicates. Charismatic and cunning, Darius carries a quiet intensity in his sharp brown eyes. He never shouts, never brags, but everyone knows he's a man to fear and to follow. Whether in a prison jumpsuit or stolen uniform, Darius is always thinking 3 steps ahead. 2. Treyvon Red Dupree, the wild card. At 27, Treyvon Red Dupree was his nickname with pride. Short red-tinted twist frame, his anxious hazel eyes, and a tattoo of a playing card peeks out from his neck. Athletic, wiry, and always in motion, Red's face is dusted with freckles and his nose are never far from the surface. He is known for pulling off bold heists and for barely escaping disaster. Is he loyal or just out for himself? Only Red knows for sure. 3. Luis Santos, the enigma. Luis Santos is 41, with olive skin and eyes that seem to hold 1,000 secrets. Soft-spoken and impeccably neat, even in a prison khaki jumpsuit, Luis is rumored to have ties far beyond prison walls, to cartels and money men most guards have only heard of in whispers. His dark hair is always perfectly combed, and he moves with the quiet caution of a man who trusts no one. Is he a mastermind or just another pawn? 4. Janelle Price, the reluctant insider. Janelle is 29, a light-skinned black woman with high cheekbones and almond-shaped brown eyes that hide her anxiety behind a careful smile. As the newest corrections officer, she stands out. Her uniform is always crisp, hair tied back, voice gentle yet firm. But secrets weigh heavy on her shoulders, and lately, Janelle's been looking over her shoulder more than most. 5. William Greer, the warden. At 56, Warden William Greer is a living embodiment of old-school authority. With a weathered, deeply lined face, piercing blue eyes, and a thick jaw, Greer's reputation for fairness is matched only by his stubbornness. His khaki uniform is always pressed, his stance military straight. But as the prison teeters on the edge of chaos, even Greer knows some things can't be controlled. 6. Officer Miller, the rookie. Just 24, Miller's sandy blonde crew cut and boyish face make him look younger than he is. With earnest blue eyes and a clipboard always in hand, he's desperate to prove himself in a place that chews up rookies and spits them out. He notices things others don't, but will anyone listen? 7. Mariah Bell, the outside link. Mariah is 32, with golden brown skin and short burgundy curls, always dressed bold, leather jacket, ripped jeans, big gold hoops. She's Janelle's friend and Darius's contact on the outside, a woman who knows how to keep secrets and handle danger with a dimpled smile. When things go wrong, Mariah is the one who ties it all together, unravels it. New Orleans is a city of contradictions, a place where jazz and joy dance alongside secrets and shadows. By 2021, the city had endured hurricanes, scandals, and a crime rate that sometimes seemed to spiral out of control. But even here, behind the thick stone walls of Orleans Parish Prison, most believed order could be maintained. Orleans Parish Prison is less a fortress and more a labyrinth. Multiple buildings, some dating back to the 1930s, connect through a maze of tunnels, fenced yards, and surveillance blind spots. The prison houses more than 1,500 inmates, ranging from petty thieves to men and women accused of murder. Most corrections officers here are locals. Some have been on the job for decades. They know every creak in the floors, every code to every door. But years of underfunding and political turmoil have left staff exhausted, and some whisper open to persuasion. Among the prisoners are three men whose names will soon be known across the nation. Darius D-Money Watkins, 33, a rumored shot caller in a powerful Gulf Coast drug syndicate. Charismatic, cunning, and fiercely intelligent. Treyvon Red Dupree, 27, serving time for armed robbery and suspected in several unsolved burglaries. Luis Santos, 41, quiet, well-educated, with an accent from Honduras. Officially, he's serving for fraud. Unofficially, many believe is connected to something much bigger, cartel money, or maybe worse. The warden. Warden William Greer is old school, with a reputation for being tough but fair. He is known for two things: never losing his temper and never underestimating the men under his watch. The setup, the days leading up to the break, are tense. Rumors swirl of new gang alliances forming inside the prison, of guards being bribed or blackmailed. There's talk of a shipment coming in, contraband, maybe weapons, but nothing concrete, just the usual noise. But on the night of January 15th, something changes. There's a sense of dread among the staff, like the static charge before a storm. Let's rewind. It's Sunday evening, and the city's famous nightlife is in full swing. But inside the prison, things are unusually quiet. Cameras capture a series of strange movements. At 8:37 p.m., a new guard named Janelle Price is seen chatting with Darius Watkins longer than usual. She laughs at something he says, but her eyes dart to the camera, nervous, uncertain. At 10:12 p.m., Treyvon Red Dupree fakes a stomachache. The night medic, exhausted and alone, writes a quick note in the logbook. At 11:42 p.m., a small group of inmates, including Luis Santos, are let out for a maintenance detail. It's not unusual, but tonight, the paperwork is sloppy. Names are misspelled. Check-in times don't add up. Around midnight, the cameras in C-Block begin to glitch, first static, then total blackout. Most staff chalk it up to old wiring. Only one person, a rookie named Officer Miller, thinks to mention it in the shift report. No one reads it in time. 5:05 a.m., January 16th. A guard on the morning shift discovers something odd. The cell door for Darius Watkins is slightly ajar. He calls for backup, but by the time help arrives, 3 cells stand empty. Sirens blare. Every exit is sealed. The prison goes into lockdown. But by then, the 3 men are gone. Security footage, once restored, shows figures in stolen guard uniforms moving swiftly through service corridors, using real keys. They pass through doors that should have been locked, turn corners as if they rehearsed it 100 times. Outside, a stolen delivery van idles in the staff parking lot. At 5:13 a.m., it speeds away into the mist, tires screeching. Within an hour, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office, NOPD, and the FBI are on site. First interviews. Warden Greer is stoic, but his eyes are bloodshot. He swears none of his staff would help with a break. Not on my watch. Janelle Price, the new guard, is missing. Her phone pings once, miles from the city, then goes dark. Officer Miller, the rookie, tries to describe what he saw, but no one listens closely. First clues. In the abandoned van, police find guard uniforms, fake ID badges, and a burner phone with a single text, "Done." Fingerprints are everywhere, but a strange mix. Some match inmates, some guards, and some unidentified. Security logs show dozens of unexplained access points, as if someone had the master codes. The red flags. Staff turnover in the weeks prior was unusually high. Surveillance cameras in C-Block had been under repair for over 24 hours, but no WEC order was ever filed. Several guards had recently taken out large cash advances or made questionable purchases. Word spreads fast. By noon, every news channel in New Orleans is broadcasting live from outside the prison. Parents keep kids home from school. Roadblocks spring up across the city. Anonymous tips flood the police hotline, most useless, but a few stand out. I saw someone matching Red Dupree's description at a gas station in Orleans. Darius Watkins is headed for the river, he's got a boat. Luis Santos never left the city. He's hiding with family. The city's mood swings between fear and fascination. On social media, #NOL escape trends nationwide. Conspiracy theories blossom. Were the guards in on it? Did the cartel pay someone off? Was this an inside job or a political hit? If you're loving this story so far, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and let us know in the comments. What do you think is really going on here? Local law enforcement joins forces with the FBI's Fugitive Task Force. They pore over security footage, analyze phone records, and hit every known associate of the 3 escapees. At 8:30 p.m., detectives trace a series of Venmo payments linking Janelle Price to a known associate of Darius Watkins, a woman named Mariah Bell. Under pressure, Mariah admits Janelle was scared out of her mind and owed people favors. A CCTV camera near the levee catches blurry images of men boarding a small fishing boat hours after the escape. The boat's registration leads police to a local dock worker with cartel ties. In a West Bank safe house, authorities find Red Dupree, alone, injured, and desperate. He claims the others set him up and that he never wanted to run, but is carrying a burner phone loaded with cryptic messages. Keep moving. Money drop at midnight. Don't trust Santos. Red is quickly taken into custody. He asks for a lawyer and refuses to say more. As the days pass, the case only gets stranger. Theories emerge. Some believe the cartel orchestrated the entire break, using Santos as a pawn. Others think Darius Watkins planned it from the inside, exploiting weak links among the guards. A few suspect someone at the very top, maybe even the warden, had something to gain from chaos. The overlooked evidence. A prison nurse comes forward. She saw Janelle Price crying in the break room the night before the escape, but nobody cared. Forensic analysts note the camera failures in C-Block occurred at the exact times the escapees moved, but IT logs are missing. An anonymous letter arrives at the sheriff's office. Look close at the guards union. They are hiding more than you think. The public outcry. Citizens demand answers. Protesters gather outside the prison, holding signs reading "Justice for Nola" and "Who's protecting us?" 10 days later, Bayou Manchac, outside New Orleans. A task force closes in on a remote fishing cabin after a tip-off. Inside, Darius Watkins and Luis Santos are holed up, armed and desperate. The standoff lasts 5 hours. Negotiators try to coax them out. Shots are fired. In the chaos, Luis Santos is killed, his true story never told. Darius Watkins is captured, wounded, but alive. He refuses to talk, even as is paraded before cameras. Trials and convictions. Janelle Price is arrested 2 weeks later, found hiding in Baton Rouge. She claims she was blackmailed, her family threatened. Treyvon Dupree testifies in exchange for a reduced sentence. His testimony helps convict Darius Watkins and several corrupt guards. Warden Greer is cleared of wrongdoing but retires under pressure. Unanswered mysteries. How did the escapees get the master codes? Who really coordinated the break from the outside? What happened to the money drop mentioned in the messages? For months, podcasts, documentaries, and talk shows speculate endlessly. Some say the full truth will never come out, that New Orleans has always been a city where secrets flow like the river, deep and dark. The prison installs new cameras, hires outside consultants, and promises to reform. But trust is slow to return. For many, the scars remain. And yet, the story won't die. Locals still tell it, sometimes in whispers, sometimes as a warning. What do you think really happened the night of the break? Was it just a perfect storm of desperation and corruption? Or is there someone still out there pulling the strings? Drop your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more stories that go deeper than the headlines. Because in New Orleans, the truth is never as simple as it seems.